Howdy folks, welcome back to Charlotte Pocket Shakers. Today we're going to get started on putting this tree stand together. I went through it the other night and while I did count, and it looks like everything's was in the box. We're going to put this together in pieces that we can I'm going to try to keep it under a certain amount of weight so at least two guys can carry it back to where it's going to be set up at. I don't want to get it too heavy because it's like 450 pounds, I think. And we ain't going to be able to put it all together and carry it back fully assembled. And I don't want to take parts back there and drop them in the woods and not be able to find them. So we're going to assemble what we can here at the cab and then take it back there to put our pieces together. And another thing I haven't shown yet is we bought a couple of, it's two solar lights with its own little solar panel. We bought them back in March. And on the internet it says that they won't work unless it's dark out, but that's not true because they come on here during the day today and it's a dreary day out, so I figured I'd show them to you. And they're individually remote controlled, and you can change the color of the lights of them. I don't know how well. And that's actually showing up on camera, but we're going to leave them on since we got them here. Help with the lighting in here. And the first thing we're going to do is put this bottom together, this base of the stand. It's a Garrison 12-foot quad pod with enclosure. Model PVTS-812. So my plans are to put that bottom together, which the lighting in here sucks. Put that bottom together and then get the legs together. And I don't know if I'll do the bracing, if I can put it together here then carry it back, or whether I'll end up carrying it back and putting it in. So I plan on getting it to that far and probably standing it up and doing the rest of it back there in the woods. I might put the ladder together and stick it on there before we stand it up too, because that might give us a little more stabilization to grab a hold of. Because there's probably only going to be two of us standing it up, and I don't want it really any heavier than it has to be stood up. So I'm going to get these bottom pieces turned over. And then find the right hardware for them and get to putting them together. So there's how big the floor is going to be in it, which is all but 5 foot. That was a little over 5 foot. Maybe I don't have everything pushed in tight. Maybe this 5x5. It's really close to being 5 foot by 5 foot. And the instructions say you only need a crescent wrench to put this together. But if you only need a crescent wrench, what are you going to hold the other side of your bolt with while you're turning it? Is my question. Which I couldn't find my crescent wrench. I got one up here somewhere, but I did find this little stupid wrench that came with something else that will work to hold these or turn them, and I got a pair of pliers that I can use if I can't find my crescent wrench. But it does tell you to make sure you put all your bolts in before you tighten them up, which is always a good idea no matter what you are putting together. Because that way you ain't getting down to your last few bolts and have everything tightened up and what you're putting together is out of whack and you can't get the last couple bolts in. So let me get the rest of these bolts in and get them tightened up, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, I am going to have to drill out this one hole to get my bolt in. I put the bolts in on the other side and they went in okay. This one I had to jerk that centerpiece up as hard as I could to get it to go, and this one over here just ain't going to go. I hardly took anything out of there, but it was just enough that I couldn't push the bolt through. I figured since I had to do it, I'd show you guys. So if somebody else buys one of these, may have to remount the hole. And I'm just going to go around and tighten up the outside of this frame first, and then tighten up that middle piece. looks like. These are 13 millimeters. And what I have up here is 1/2 inch to use. Ended up hitting switch on the drill, putting it in reverse. I can see I'm going to go back over some of these bolts with the proper size tools. I gotta dig out my hardware and the bracing for that step over there. It goes to the top of the ladder and get that put on there. This is gonna be the first place I come across where it'd be nice to have somebody helping you. There's 6 of these bolts to put through for the ladder railing. It'd be nice to have a hand, somebody to hold up on the platform. Hopefully this one here goes a little better for me. I actually think I bent that bolt. Maybe not. Must have had a burr in there, holding it from going through. And there's going to be some say, well, you just prop it up on something, but if you have it propped up on something, your bolt's going to fall back down right once you let go of it. So it'd be nice to have a hand whenever you're doing that part. Well, I think that's where we're going to end the video for today. I've got about 45 minutes in putting that together so far. I'm trying to decide whether I want to put these legs together before I take them in the back, or just take the platform back there and go right along with the instructions of putting together back here. I don't think I'm going to put everything together before I stand it up, but it might be easier to put the legs on the pieces back there too. I'll have to look at it a little more, see how much help I'm going to get, because I'm going to need help carrying that platform back. And at least that's that many pieces that I'm not going to lose nuts off of that many bolts and washers and have to look for them back there in the woods. And if you happen to have watched my last video of the fawn feeding, is it just me, or does it look like the legs on that deer might end up being white? They've got some white through them already that I don't think should be there, especially on the back two legs. It kind of looks like Jimmy Houston's got two white fawns on his videos, and the one's all white now, and the one's a little browner than the other. And the brown on the back legs of that fawn that was out here feeding kind of looked to me like they might be that lighter color brown of Jimmy's white deer. That deer may end up being a piebald with white legs on it. We do have some around at times, and there's one doe that's been up here longer than I have that has a white streak up along her belly that's higher than normal. And there was a doe on the way in. For the first 2 years I was up here, she had some extra white on her neck and on a couple of her legs, and she had a fawn that looked just like her the 1 year. They both ended up getting shot. Kind of wondering if it's just me, or if it's just wishful thinking, or if... But it looks to me like that little fawn has more white on its legs already than what it should. Thanks for watching.